Okay, in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting has been provided by filing a copy thereof with the municipal clerk on January 7th, 2013, faxing a copy thereof to the Home News Tribune and the Star Ledger on January 8th, 2013 at 8:47 a.m., and posting a copy thereof on the bulletin board on the main floor of Borough Hall, 221 South 5th Avenue, Highland Park, New Jersey, on January 8th, 2013 at 9 a.m. The fire exits are to my left and my right, your right and left respectively. And I remind members of the public as well as members of the governing body, that's a good reminder for me too, to please speak into the microphones, and assistive listening devices are available for those who need them. Matt, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk, would you call the roll, please?
Mayor Minkoff?
Here.
Councilwoman Bro-Mittler?
Here.
Councilman Erickson?
Here.
Councilwoman Foster Dublin?
Here.
Councilman Millay?
Here.
Councilman Potts?
Here.
Councilwoman Welkowitz?
Here.
Borough Attorney Schmier? Borough Administrator Kovac?
Here.
Okay, to the best of my knowledge, we do not have a Main Street representative here this evening, so we are not going to have a Main Street minute. So that brings us to our council reports. Councilmember Foster Dublin.
Just a few things. A couple of weeks ago, we met and we had a gun safety task force meeting. We're scheduled for the next meeting will be the 26th of this month at 7 p.m. That's next Tuesday at 7 p.m. So we have some special guests that will be coming in to explain gun safety laws and more about gun safety to us, and that's from Cheryl Glazer from the prosecutor's office will be here, and also Reginald Johnson will be here as well, and they'll be sharing with us and getting us more informed that night. And I'm quite sure there are going to be a lot more interesting things to discuss. So please come out on the 26th at 7 p.m. It will be right here in council chambers. Also, this past Tuesday, we had this past mayor's luncheon, senior and mayor's luncheon. We had a Valentine's Day celebration along with the Chinese New Year celebration. And they were right next to each other, so they were done in tandem. The food was donated by Sultan Wok. It was a lot of food because they had food left over for 2 days. So it was a wonderful contribution that the Sultan Wok gave to us, and it was beautiful, lots of great food. And I had the opportunity back in November to visit China, and I brought back some gifts that I was able to share. I brought back tea from the province of Shenzhen, and the Chinese seniors were very delighted that they were having something from their country. I brought back also it's written in Chinese and it's displayed next door. It's a huge fan, and it says "Welcome to Highland Park" in Chinese, and it's really pretty. If you get an opportunity to go over, you should definitely go over and see it. And one of the things that brought the most delight that I brought back was a map from the People's Republic of China. And they were so engaged when I opened the map, and they were able to come up and identify where in China they were from. And it was surprising to note that not everyone is from the same. China is such a huge country, 1.4 billion people, that they were scattered all over. Our senior citizen population, Chinese population, is scattered all over, but they all came together, and they were happy to explain to us and identify what part of China they were from. And I think that was a wonderful way of connecting our Chinese citizens with our citizens here, and everybody coming together to learning about China and to learn where each person is from and what's native to that area. And sharing in the Chinese tea was also interesting, because when I was in China, there was a lot of tea. And I left with them on the note saying that I'll never say not for all the tea in China when I don't want to do something again, because in China, tea grows everywhere. They don't have lawns, they have tea. So I will refrain from saying not for all the tea in China, because everywhere you go in China, there is tea. That's pretty much my report. It was a wonderful time spent with the seniors, and that's it.
Thank you very much. Councilman Potts?
Just like to announce that the Office of Recreation has sign-up registrations currently for the introductory track and field sessions, as well as registrations for the Buddy Ball programs. The Buddy Ball program currently will be covering both bowling and basketball, and the registration forms are available either online through the Borough website, or you can visit the Senior Youth Center and pick up the registration forms there. On the same teenagers note, the Mayor's Teen Advisory Committee will be meeting again on March 7th. That'll be their regular meeting, and they're working on planning a fundraiser and an activity event to try to boost the organization and its membership and its awareness here in Highland Park. And that's looking to be a talent show on March 9th, and that'll be held at the high school cafeteria. And more details will be available on that shortly. And also for seniors, there's going to be a Hunter Hills Playhouse Dinner Theater coming up, and that's going to be on Monday, March 11th. And if you're any of the seniors who are interested in attending that, should stop by the Senior Youth Center for more details on the meal choice, as well as show information. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Just a thought that I had, Gary, if I could. Maybe what we can do, and we can make a note of this on the 7th, is we'll ask one of the members of the executive committee, whether it's the president or another member of the executive committee from the Teen Advisory Council, if they'd like to, similar to a Main Street Minute. I wouldn't ask them to come to every meeting, but maybe they'd come once a month or something like that and just give us, a couple of minutes on what they're planning, what they're up to, invite the teens personally, and give them a little visibility that way. I think that might be useful.
Okay.
We can talk about it with them and see if they'd be amenable to that. Okay. Councilmember Welkowitz.
Thank you, Mayor. A couple of items. The library is offering 2 very special music performances by local musicians, a folk concert with the Highlanders. This group is all Highland Park residents, and they will perform on Thursday, February 28th at 7, and on March 3rd at 2 p.m. Brosna from the Highland Park, New Brunswick area will perform Celtic music. These performances are in addition to the normal film, adult, teen, and children's programs. We encourage you to please visit the library website for a listing of all their wonderful programs at www.hpplnj.org. The food pantry had a successful food drive the other day. In about 4 hours, they raised about $100 in 3 large boxes of food. Thanks to our volunteers for helping. There'll be another food drive on Sunday, March 17 from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Stop and Shop. Please stop by and give your donations. Let people know if they're in need. There'll be some information there to sign up as well. The Mayor's Wellness Campaign will start up again with our first meeting on Monday, Feb 25 at 7 p.m. That meeting will be in the library. We will then establish a day of the month that we'll meet on a regular schedule. The Universal Access Committee will meet has been meeting on the 3rd Thursday of each month. We'll meet this Thursday, and then the schedule will change to the first Thursday of every month. That's beginning the first week in March. And we've scheduled the 4th graders to come visit Borough Hall. That will be on March 13th. We're looking forward to having them again this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Bill Mittler.
Thank you, Mayor. The planning board will be meeting Thursday night. We're hopeful that this may be the last of the open public meetings about the 7-Eleven project on Raritan and 2nd. The Main Street organization will be meeting tomorrow night at 6:30 at the Main Street office. Tonight, over at Main Street, there's an open webinar being conducted on how to beautify your downtown. And so the regular Main Street Minute, which was scheduled for this evening, will not happen tonight because the group is very busy with this webinar. And right now, I think that's all we have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Erickson.
On tonight's consent agenda is the request that the borough will be submitting for the community development block grant allocation from the county. On that, we're requesting $82,000, although it's unlikely we'll get the full amount. But of the projects that are listed are 3 or 4 senior center-related transportation outreach programs, a Main Street Highland Park lighting and pedestrian safety program, a summer camp program, and a teen youth program, and a food pantry grant. We'll probably get some fraction of the $82,000 we're requesting, so each of the programs will be cut proportionally given what monies are actually available. That's it.
Thank you. Council President Millet.
No report tonight.
Thank you. Borough Administrator's report.
No report.
Borough Attorney's report.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. That takes us to the mayor's report. So I just have one thing I'll mention very briefly. I met last week with Dr. Barchi, who is the president of Rutgers, and we had a very cordial conversation. We spent more time together, I think, than we expected, which was very positive. He's pretty well versed in Highland Park, and he certainly appreciates the significant and important contributions and role that we play in life at Rutgers. And so we essentially just talked really at a conceptual level about how we build on that strong relationship, and that may take any of a number of different forms. And so while I'm not prepared to get into specific detail, I think that it was a terrific first. I mean, I met him a couple of times before at various events and functions, but as a kind of deeper dive, if you will, into what it is that we may be able to accomplish together, I thought it was a very productive next step. So I was very pleased for that opportunity, and I think that hopefully we'll see some good things come from that over time. So I just wanted to share that. So we're up to our first public discussion. Are there any members of the public that would like to be recognized? Okay, then we're going to move to our consent agenda. Are we ready for the consent agenda? Yes, we are. Good. Okay. So I'm going to read these items, and then we'll take a roll call vote on these. 21371 is a resolution amending final payout to Sergeant Joseph Spezio. 21372, resolution to approve change orders to the Public Safety Building. 21373, resolution to approve payment to H&S Construction for the Public Safety Building. 21374, resolution to approve professional services agreement to the Borough Engineer, for the Borough Engineer David Samuel. 21375, resolution to approve professional services agreement Special Counsel Jeffrey Serenian. 21376, resolution to approve professional services agreement for Special Planner Phil Caton. 21377, resolution to refund interest paid for overdue taxes, 31 Cedar Avenue. 21378, resolution to refund overpayment of taxes, 20 North 10th Avenue. 21379, resolution to approve taxi operators. 21380, resolution to approve bills list. 21381, resolution to refund interest paid for overdue taxes, 269 South 9th Avenue. 21382, resolution to refund interest paid for overdue taxes at 241 South 4th Avenue. 21383, resolution authorizing the reversal of insufficient funds charge, 1711 Parker Road. 21384, resolution to approve bylaws for Municipal Alliance. 21385, resolution to request approval for 2013-2014 CDBG fund allocation. 21386, resolution to expel firefighter. Can I have a motion on these?
Motion to adopt?
Second.
Roll call?
Councilwoman Pearl Mittler?
Yes.
Councilman Erickson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Foster Dublin?
Yes.
Councilman Millet?
Yes.
Councilman Potts?
Yes.
Councilwoman Welkowitz? Yes.
Okay, clerk, can you report on the election of a volunteer or volunteer firefighters?
Received notification from the Highland Park Volunteer Fire Department of the election of Karen Ann Wortman as a volunteer firefighter, and I hope I'm saying this name right, Kane Akyol? Not sure if I pronounced it right, but
Okay, can I have a motion to confirm?
Motion to confirm?
second.
Roll call?
Councilwoman Brill Mittler,
Yes?
Councilman Erickson,
Yes.
Councilwoman Foster Dublin.
Yes.
Councilman Malay,
Yes.
Councilman Potts.
Yes.
Councilwoman Welkowitz.
Yes.
Okay, we're up to our second public discussion. Is there anybody that would like to be recognized from the public? Seeing that we have no public comment, I am going to ask for a motion to adjourn the conference.
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Thank you, and have a good night.